So, the very first video I did on Warside has done remarkably well so far, showing that there's a great interest for this game. So in this video, I want to analyze the release trailer that just dropped. There's a lot of juicy details in this one that will give us some hints about how this game will play out. First and foremost, we have a release date for the game, January 28th, 2025. This means we are a little under 5 months away from getting the finished version, which is a bit of waiting, but it's still nice to know exactly how long we have left before we can play it. So yeah, as I said, in this video I'm gonna go through the trailer and we're gonna analyze it in as much detail as possible, starting with this panning shot right here. Right off the bat we can see both seaports and landers. The landers look interesting. They have a very flat, futuristic design, and from a gameplay perspective I think they're going to have even more carrying capacity than the other transports in this game. T-copters can carry up to 3 units with vehicles taking up 2 slots, so I imagine the lander will probably have 5 or 6 slots, maybe even more. I'm also noticing a special property that I did not see in the demo, and that is this refinery looking structure right here. I know it's not an airport since they look like this, and I doubt it's an HQ, it just doesn't give off that vibe. My guess is that this is either some kind of special property that grants more income than your average city, or maybe it allows you to research technology to upgrade your units. The reason I think the latter is the case is that later on in this video, this slide appears, telling us that we can do just that. I bet that this refinery is linked to that upgrade mechanic somehow. Up next, we get to see some powers in action. We get to see Reaver dropping what looks to be some kind of a poison bomb on his enemies. This really reminds me of a Wargroove power, where part of the map becomes engulfed in some kind of area of effect spell. The units affected don't seem to lose HP right away, but I can pretty much guess how this power is going to play out. I think it's going to linger for several turns, and any unit that ends their movement in it will lose HP gradually. Maybe the terrain will be more difficult to traverse. I really love zoning abilities like this a lot, and the big question I have is, will we be able to aim it ourselves? There is some indication that we might be able to do just that, which you will see later on in the video. We also get to see a glimpse of this power that I commented on briefly in my other video. It shows some sort of lightning ball striking a cluster of units, paralyzing them, forcing them to end their turn, similar to how Von Bolt's Ex Machina worked in Dual Strike. This power seems a little different, however, as it seems to exclude the unit in the center of its impact, and furthermore, it also appears to have the ability to disable properties, meaning you can use it to hamper the enemy production facilities. Again, if this power is manually aimed, it has some pretty insane potential. In this next part of the trailer, I'm also seeing a brand new type of property that I don't recognize, and that's this building right here. At first, I thought maybe it was a contested barracks, but in this next clip, we see it side by side with one, and it's clear that it's not the case. Whatever property this is, it's something we have not seen before. Up next, we also see that Warside will have its own map creator similar to Advance Wars and Wargroove. This is something I absolutely expected to be in the game, but it's still nice to see it nonetheless. We can also change the map's aesthetic by swapping it around to wasteland, desert, etc., which is very nice for keeping things varied and interesting. Now this next clip is very interesting. Here we see another CO power shooting 3 beams of energy at 3 different enemy units, damaging a fighter, a rocket, and a transport helicopter. What fascinates me about this power is that you can clearly see that it is manually targeted. Right before the beams hit, we can see a mouse cursor clicking the 3 units in sequence, and you can see a counter showing 3, 2, and 1 units left, meaning that this does not appear to be an automatically targeted power like so many of the map powers in Advanced Wars. Similar to Wargroove, which also allowed you to select where some of the powers went, it appears like Warside will give the player much more control, which I really like. It seems to deal different damage depending on the unit type, as the fighter takes 6 HP of damage, but the rocket and the T-copter takes 9. Similar to global map powers from Advanced Wars, I also expect this to be unable to kill units outright, instead leaving them at 1 HP. This clip gives us a good idea of how strong the various CO powers will be. I'm expecting them to be somewhere in between a normal and a superpower from the previous games. The ability to damage 3 units on the map of your choice is pretty good. Not game-breaking, but it can definitely swing the tide of a match. Now, I do have to say one thing. I'm glad that they're highlighting PvP in this trailer, but please, oh please, don't let this map be one of the ones used for online matchmaking. This right here is like a Days of Ruin tier PvP map. If you plan on giving the multiplayer scene of Warside any kind of relevancy, get in touch with the map makers from Advance Wars by Web and have them help you out, because this map is not going to be fun to play on. Lastly, I noticed something interesting towards the very end of the trailer. It appeared for only a brief moment, but I think this might just be a naval property. There's a chance it could be the edge of a harbor that's connected to a landmass just off screen, but I'm choosing to remain hopeful. Naval exclusive properties will be a great way to make naval combat matter in Warside, so I'm hoping this is what I think it is. So yeah, those are all the little details I personally noticed in this trailer. Did you see something that I missed? Let me know about it in the comment section below, and leave a like and subscribe for more Warside content. If you're interested in watching some competitive Advanced Wars on a very high level, I'm hosting a mini tournament with some Grandmasters later tonight. Come check it out by clicking on the screen. My name has been Mengs, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!